just read it. We'll start at verse 31. John 8:31 says, Then Jesus said to those Jews who believed him, If you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Listen, family, listen. I want you to catch this. Catch this. Look at verse 33. They answered him, We are Abraham's descendants and have never been in bondage to anyone. How can you say that you and I know that we love family members? Family members who may call you from time to time, say, hey, can you give me some money? And you ask like, why? Well, because I pay my tithe. Or people you know who cannot pay their bills or get their medicine because they're paying their tithe. Those people like that, some of those folks, not say all of them, some of them think that they are not in bondage. You don't know you in bondage until bondage is brought. Let's go back to the law. You don't know you're breaking the law until you're aware what the law is. You don't know that you're in bondage until someone pointed to you that you're in bondage. My objective and our objective as a ministry family is to sound the alarm to the misuse of the tithing doctrine. What folks don't understand, what folks don't understand is that the tithing doctrine has in it fear, control. If we can get folks to see the truth about tithing, sure there are other truths in scriptures that they're going to want to go dig out because they're going to feel like all this time I understand the truth. When you get the truth, you're not free to do whatever. You're free to do more because now you know the truth. I think of an elephant. I've heard this story years back. I hope I'm still right in my articulation of it. That the way they train the elephant, not in the circus elephants. They probably have a little more care with them, but back in Asia, they'll dig a little stake, put it in the ground, and they'll tie a rope to that stake and a rope to that elephant, and tell that elephant that beat him. He can't move. So anytime he try to move from that stake, they'll beat him into submission. Listen to that word. Beat him into submission with fear. With the fear that I'm gonna crack this whip on you if you try to move. But all along, listen, the elephant sees this little tiny stake in the ground, but he has no knowledge of the truth of that little tiny stake. He has no knowledge of the fact that he is, 4 tons or whatever it might be, that all he had to do is just move and he can trample those trainers out there. But see, because the elephant don't know the truth, he cannot experience the freedom. Okay, there you go. Another common practice that's being taught, that if you don't pay your tithe, you won't be blessed. And know that word pay, it is not give, it's pay. I went out to Pastor Dollar's website last night and looked at 3 different studies that he had on tithing. And what I see in that is the word pay is used on every occasion. It's not give your tithe, it is pay your tithe. We must understand, family, that same thing with T.D. Jakes. It is pay your tithe. God, they are teaching folks, family, listen, they're teaching people to pay if you're told to pay something, then you're in a regulatory taxation structure or system. That's out of compulsion. It's not cheerful. That's not what you purpose in your heart. So how can God love a cheerful giver if first that person have not purpose in their heart what to give, not what to pay? Then the Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was the priest of God Most High, and he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram, God of God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And he gave him, he being Abram, and he gave a tithe of all. That Abraham did not tithe from his income. He tithed from the spoils of the war. Also understand this, messengers for Christ, that in that time there was an Arab custom that when you go through the land that you give a tenth. Has nothing to do with the tithe as we know it.